For my 46th birthday, I decided to go bikepacking. I've never been bikepacking before, but I've been backpacking 18-ish years ago. So it's been a while since I've done anything like this, and I decided I wanted to take on the challenge. I did some planning, especially thanks to the fine folks at BayAreaBikepacking.com. They had some good routes I was able to start with. I loaded up my bike, and I got my wife to drop me off at the Alpine Trailhead, and I began my climb. It was a really beautiful trip. I really enjoyed it, although the climbing was a little bit harder than I thought. Let me read from one of my early entries in my notebook. Fuck. 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 I've walked more than I've biked. By the time I got here, the Montebello Open Space Preserve, the riding was beautiful. Flowing trail, not very technical, wonderful vistas. And this little parking area here had toilets, a place to rest. It was pretty great. And a few minutes after this, I was riding around the crest of a trail, not too different from this one. There was a hawk overhead, and he made that call. You know the one, you hear it on TV all the time, anytime there's an eagle. Well, he made that call, and all I could think was, I win. Later that day, after setting up camp, I took a quick solo ride up to the top of Black Mountain. Not really a lot to see up there on its own, just some radio towers. But if you look back, you get this beautiful view. You can see the fog there. The locals name it Carl. You can see the fog, though, just spilling over the mountain edge there. And it really is a sight to behold. It's like a stream, like a sky stream that's just flowing over the mountain. After that, I left camp and went to go see the sunset, which this picture doesn't even do it justice. But you can see it reflecting off of me here. And once again, I'm in a different spot from the top of Black Mountain, but you can still see Carl peeking over. Whenever I look at a sunset, I always like to look around too, to see what else there is, to see what the sun is lighting up before it fades away for the day. That's how I saw this. You can see the fog filling in the valley behind the mountains here, creating one of my favorite effects. That of looking like the valley below is covered in a deep sea made of fog. The next morning, it was time to go to Castle Rock State Park. This is the first half of that journey, recorded on my Apple Watch, which promptly died after this because I didn't get it charged well enough overnight. However, you can see from some of the riding videos just how beautiful that ride was. Immediately after leaving camp, I had a pretty good descent to go down, some 200 meters or so, and it went by very quickly and was a lot of fun. And then I ran into this. This was not warned about on my side of the trail. There was no sign saying that the trail was closed. And, well, this stood between me and getting home. So, I had to deal with it the best I could. So here I go. I only have video from the first half of this crossing. Apologies, I do not have video of me crossing the creek in my bare feet. Um, but, pro tip, if you are ever doing a long hike or ride like this out in the woods and you have to cross something like this, take your shoes and socks off first. You do not want to deal with wet feet. It's much easier to dry the rest of yourself off. Here we are, looking back at what I just crossed, and you can see it was probably more than you want to try to ride, especially if you're inexperienced at bikepacking. I took a pretty good break here before I tackled my next section, which was essentially 600 meters straight uphill. As you can see, that was a lot of elevation gain. And this is what most of it looked like. Just me looking over my handlebars while I walk up a hill, pushing my bike, occasionally finding a little bit of amusement and taking a break. I was able to find at least a little bit of fun riding on this, but my legs cramped up on me, and I had to call for a rescue from my wife. Luckily, I was able to use satellite messaging on the iPhone to let her know, and she was able to come get me. And despite the trip ending early and with the calf cramping, I'm looking forward to my next bikepacking adventure.